Welcome back, everyone. Gabestah here, and we're taking a look at the 12th episode of our Orcs Must Die walkthrough, and this mission is Chokepoint. So as you can see, this mission is laid out with a large choke point at the entrance, hence the name. We have 3 entrances for the orcs, and they all funnel through this wooden bridge area, at which point they can branch off into one of 4 paths to reach the single rift at the end. So, the real goal here is to keep them at this one location so you can get them down quickly. So if we take a look at the loadout we have available, we also have a flame bracer ability now from this mission. And this is really strong on this mission. That's why it's given to you. So I'm going to use that and my sword. And I want to improve barricade and tar trap as well. Those are pretty important. And Archer Guardian. And then there's really kind of some extra that aren't necessary. So I'll take the wind belt as backup. We have similar orcs and ogres and kobolds that we've seen before. So my basic plan here is to create a path on this bridge that forces the orcs to go where I want. So the first thing we're going to do is line yourself up with the edge of the bridge here toward the door, and then put a barricade right in the center. And then do one on either side of it. So now we have this first start of our choke point path. Next, you want to go out from that opening. So you're basically on this end of the bridge, and you're blocking it off this way. Now you can't build anything to completely block their path or they'll destroy it. But now we can start dropping tar traps. And we have this great setup where everything is forced to go through this path together and it will be slowed. So then I'm going to take my flame bracer. And flame bracers do a fireball attack. So it's a short AE radius around them. And so what's great about it is in this level, things get bunched up. And then you can destroy them all together. And if you do it right, you can get really big combos. I did a guide for an achievement called Great Balls of Fire, in which I used this basics technique as well. And the idea there was to get a bunch of kills with the flame bracer. So for kobolds, you can either shoot them with your crossbow, since they all have to go the same path, or you can use right-click on your flame bracer. That's the special attack. And that, as you can see, makes a wall of fire, which lasts quite a while. And it's really strong because it will one-shot all the weaker orc types. So continuing to build our path. Now because we want them to go the longest path possible, we want them to go left coming out here. So I'm going to close off the gap with another barricade. Doesn't really matter where. On the right there. And then I'll keep going this direction with barricades. And then we can do tar traps. So the idea is every moment that an orc is in here, they should be slowed. And we're maximizing the time that they have to stay. So I say kobold, so I'm going to use the right-click flame bracer again. You can also get some really big kill streaks if you use the flame bracer properly here. The key is to save up your mana so that when you start casting, you'll get 3 full casts if you do it properly. So now we pretty much built our path out, because once you get to this point, these stairs can't be built upon. You see here, I can't actually build up there. So, oh, my guy's getting talked to. So I'm going to kill off the kobolds and then just keep my distance And shoot the ogre here. And remember to keep your distance from the ogre so he doesn't charge. You'll notice that aiming can be difficult when you're on a different level. So just be aware of that. So now I'm going to start building some archers up top here. You can do it on either side. Remember that when you build archers, you can change their facing with the R key to rotate them. So just make sure they're facing your choke point, basically. And now that you're building archers, you should probably spend some money on one of the weavers. So you can go with the steel weaver for this death augmenter, which will give you bonus when your archers get a kill. But on this particular level, I actually go elemental because I get way more kills than my archers do.
Nice
So we're going to go with this one.
shot.
And actually, we don't have enough quite yet.
You're okay, you know that?
So now I should have enough. So you can get either one of these first. I'm going to go with mana conservation. And then I'll get the other one
Excellent.
later on. So this way I can basically cast 5 fireballs with a full mana pool, I think. So a huge amount. And I'll do the other one.
You won't be sorry.
And as you can see, there isn't really that much challenge once you get this path set up, as long as you use your flame bracer properly. The real trick is to not let an ogre become scary, so you can fireball it from a distance. And remember, fireball also causes a dot damage over time. So the ogre will go down pretty quick with that. Oop. There we go. And I'm going to finish off so I can get charged weapon. This will give me a lot of mana if I need it when I attack. And then build up some more archers at the top here. There we go. And we have a kobold invasion. You can see archers are pretty good against them, but they're not going to get them all. So be ready with a firewall. It's probably the safest thing, since you can completely block off an entire path. Aw, no arms. Yeah. So you can build up more archers if you want to make it simple, or you can save your money for your horde at home, put under your mattress, whatever you want to do.
Good times.
Come on, orcs. So I like to wait for a bunch of them to get in there. And then fireball. Pretty fun. Sprint up top, build some more archers. Since it's pretty well covered, I should mention another technique you can use on this is to use a wind bolt. So that when things get through on this side here, you can just knock them into that lava or across, so they have to go through the choke point again. So this final wave, you do have 2 ogres, one at the start and one at the end. So just be aware of that. Shouldn't be that tricky for you. There we go. And you should easily beat the par time, but let's double check. Yeah, looks like we did. Oh yeah, 4 minutes. So there we go. And I don't think we can afford an upgrade yet that we'd want to buy. Yeah. Really, you can ignore everything except the archer upgrade that we have available, so we're going to save up our skulls for that. And let's continue on to the next episode.